Hello to all traders and welcome back to another market review brought to you by Orbex. So it seems we're looking on the Forex pairs because they're giving quite good opportunities at the moment. We're seeing a little bit of a snapback in the dollar's reaction to inflation data, to the ongoing talks about Greenland, and also everything else that's going on in the world with Venezuela, Iran, and all the rest of it. Really starting to see now why we're seeing more of an uptick in the dollar, a little bit more progression, especially after little bit of a wobbly, choppy action in the last few trading sessions. So just want to actually let's bring it onto the intraday chart so it'll be a bit easier to comprehend now. And we've seen this massive move over the euro for the euro dollar pair, that is, with prices plunging from roughly about 118, nearly $200 to the downside. And we had this uptick, this upbeat positivity in the last few trading sessions, and that's when the Fed was really starting to be in the headlines of its independence. Donald Trump getting involved in the picture as well as he usually does. So this had a little bit of a backswing, but since then, dollar has really started to recoup losses and just driving towards this 116 area. And that's why I had it on the daily chart. Just want to see the last time we were at 116, and that was back at the beginning of December. So a couple of, few weekly lows there, but we've not really seen any determination below that at the moment. We're seeing it quite heightened, and a few hundred pips to go before we see these November bottoms, and even before that, in the middle of the year, hitting below 114. So at the moment, it is a little bit more stable. We are seeing that it is a bit of a choppy road ahead. Earnings season obviously will give us more of a boost for the dollar if it does happen. We've also got the Fed's interest rate decisions coming up. Apparently 2 cuts before the first half of the year is over. So that'll be interesting if that does actually happen. And also we're just waiting to see, the comings and goings of the main fundamental impact news events, such as, like I said, Greenland, the crisis in Iran. We've got the ongoing crisis with Russia and Ukraine as well. So this is something that's propelling the gold at the moment, having a little bit more of a subdued feeling for the dollar. But as you can see here, against its main competitors, we are seeing more and more positivity, more opportunities. And as I said, the next target for us is 116, only 30 to 40 pips away. So apart from this jump in price action here, if we don't get any more negative stories against the dollar, against the US economy, then we should see a slide even lower on these particular Forex pairs. And speaking of competitors, if we look at the yen as well, we're hitting multi-year highs. Let's just go back onto the daily chart to see when we were actually at this last peak. And the peak at this time last year has come and gone. Now we're going all the way back to the middle of 2024. So 1.5 year highs here. And as you can see, the progression of the dollar over the yen has been quite a fruitful one since, let's say, April, where it was lingering at 140, now at 160. So very, very dramatic rise in price action, and possibly still continue that in the intraday scenario as well. Had a little bit of a slide from the early Asian and Australian session so far today, but if you see this bullish impact that it's had from the beginning of the year, it's been very, very meteoric, and let's see if it can continue. Obviously, like we usually do, we look at the stochastics, the RSIs, the MACDs, everything that's performing or outperforming, and we're seeing that it's overbought at the moment, so we could see a little bit of a pullback in price action, especially if a bearish divergence is created, and then we'll see if that has any big bearing on the news and on the price action as well. So that's all from us today. We're just looking at Forex pairs, as I said, just to see what the opportunities are. Looked at gold and silver, looked at the indices yesterday, looking at Forex pairs today. We'll see what the markets give us by tomorrow, and obviously we'll bring you all the latest in fundamentals and technicals as they come. So thank you very much for joining me, and we'll speak again next time.